Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Today we have interesting news coming from the Black Sea. As usual, Russia put some of the ships there from the Sevastopol harbor, but it's the first time that we don't see any cruise missile ships that are capable to carry those caliber rockets. It means that probably 2 weeks ago those ships were severely damaged by the small drone boats. Who launched those boats? So far we don't know, but it's a great success and will have less threat for our critical infrastructure. Nowadays Russia may fire cruise missiles from their Tu-95 and Tu-160 strategic bombers, and also they may fire Iskander rockets. And this is Belgorod, the neighboring city to Ukraine on Russian Federation territory, and there is the oil storage that is burning today. Why? We don't know, but each week and almost every day there are some fires in Russia. The Wall Street Journal article says that one of the strategic commanders of the United States said that the Ukrainian war is just the beginning. He said that the big crisis is coming and humanity should be prepared for the big test, and will probably experience what we haven't for a very long time. There were some articles about the possible Kiev evacuation. Well, yes, we have problems with electricity, but as you see me now, we have internet connection, we have light, and we have water. So it's not every hour we have blackouts, half a day we sit without that, but it's not that critical as I read in that post, in that article. Yes, it's depressing a little, but we can live with it. Interesting article of the Washington Post. So United States privately asks Ukraine to show it's open to negotiate with Russia. Before our President Zelensky signed the special law not to negotiate with Russia with current Russian president. On the other hand, Putin is openly saying that they are ready to talk with Ukraine, and Western countries see that narrative. So they see the President Zelensky who say no negotiations, and they see Putin who is willing to stop this war. But actually, Putin wants to stop this war for a while he will refresh and update his army, and in a few years he will start this war again, maybe involving even more countries and obviously more resources. Russia's strategic goal is to capture Ukraine, so I think still President Zelensky is doing a great job not negotiating with Putin, because we need to drive them away from Ukrainian territory. We have this chance right now that the Russian army is very weak. New mobilized soldiers are not helping them. Yes, they slowed down our counteroffensive operation, but my friends, the Ukrainian army has superiority now on the front lines, and we need just more weapons to free Kherson, Crimea and Donbass. But there is the chance for scenario where Zelensky will negotiate with Putin temporary peace agreement, because if we will not have enough weapons, we simply would not be able to fight for our lands. And in that case, obviously, Zelensky needs to negotiate with Vladimir Putin. And in that case, Ukraine would lose the territory. So it's a bad scenario for Ukraine. And old school political elite, they just got tired of Ukrainian war. They want to make business as usual. They have this lobby, stop this war in Ukraine, just give Putin some of the land and let it become as before. But it will not be as before, so it could be a big major mistake if United States and Western allies would push Zelensky for the peace agreement right now. If there is a peace agreement with Russia right now, if they secure their current positions, if they take Ukrainian territory, believe me, my friends, there will be a World War III, the hot stage of that war. Putin announced the security meeting next week, so I wonder what they will discuss. For every meeting they go with rocket attack on Ukrainian territory. Poland will help Ukraine to integrate Su-24 tactical bomber with NATO Storm Shadow cruise missile. This is the state-of-art rocket that has the range up to 560 kilometers. and it is invisible for most of the radar systems. The warhead is 450 kilograms. If you compare it with Czechy drones, this is the 9 times bigger. And it's air-to-the-ground missile that will help to destroy ammunition depots, command centers, and many more. This is the United States demine equipment. Basically, you have this carriage that fires the special rocket with some kind of the grenade line. Russia also has this kind of stuff in their army, but this one is much smaller and it can be towed by M113, and it is very effective to demine the fields. I also monitored Russian Telegram channels, and they today reported about the huge losses near to Vuhledar. They do not say the number, but they say big losses, and it's been reported to the Russian command, but my friends, they just continue to throw new mobilized soldiers with almost no training. The latest British intelligence report says that Russia continued to dismiss their generals, and basically they claim the Russian army, the Russian political leaders are claiming their own army that they are doing something wrong. But the main decision was taken by Putin and his political circle, not by the Russian army. Actually, most of the Russian command was unaware of this war, and just a couple of days before it, they understood that the war will start. There are some not riots, I would say meetings in Moldova. It's the neighboring country with Ukraine, and people there are not okay with the current president. And before it was pro-Russian president, now they have pro-Western president. I talked to some of my Moldovan friends and they told me that the prices are not okay for gas and for everything. So you have to pay a lot for utilities, much more even compared to Ukraine. That is why they are on riots. Not everyone, but it's not a good sign since they have pro-Western president. I think Moldova should have more investments in their economy to continue this pro-Western course. Otherwise, they may change the government for pro-Russian leader, and maybe they will have one more war. And they also have unrecognized Transnistria Republic nearby. And I hope it's going to be okay for Moldovans because, yeah, potentially it could be one more hotspot on our map. All right, about this military map, we have just minor corrections, and this only happened near to Bakhmut. So before, Russia moved very close to Opitne, and now it's been confirmed that they retreated a little. So it was yesterday. They took part of this village, and today they retreated. We cannot say 100% that there are no any Russians. Still, they are very close to Bakhmut in city suburbs, and our army continued to fight for the city. Today I saw some of the images from the city. Everything is just demolished there, my friends. But anyways, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. And if you want to support the channel, just press the like button. It helps me a lot to propel my content around YouTube. And if you want to support me financially, there are some links in a video description just below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal, or Donatello, whichever is more convenient for you, my friends. Thank you so much for it, and I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.